But anyways, it's 9:35 now, so we're gonna get started with the session. I'll be checking the chat sometimes, but Figma is basically a design app. It's a really cool app that like professionals use every day to design, UX designers, visual designers, graphic designers, even. And a lot of people are moving away from Adobe, which is why Adobe actually acquired Figma as a company. But I'll be checking the chat intermittently. And today we'll be designing the interactive island on the iPhone 14. So we only have about 30 minutes. So I'll ask you guys, let's say, what's what should be my wallpaper? Because I'll have to use like a phone frame. iPhone, iPhone 14 Pro Max. Why not? So here's my iPhone frame. So this is where like you can make changes to everything you add on here. Pretty cool. You can do a bunch of different things. Changing the stroke, the fill, making the layer blurry, but we're not gonna do all that right now. So what should my wallpaper be for like my background? You guys have any recommendations for pictures? An apple. Okay, that's valid. Jessica. Superman. It's looking like we're going Superman, guys. I hope that's okay. But so Figma works with plugins as well. So a plugin is basically like an external resource. And right now, there are the few plugins I have set up already, like Remove BG, takes out backgrounds, obviously. Perfect Freehand, changes text to make it look more freehand, art, and things like that. So you can download anything you want on Figma and just makes your work a lot easier. So like right now, I have a photo plugin called Unsplash. It's free, high quality images. So if you guys want to take notes on splash.com, you can go on there and find every kind of picture you need. And they're like really nice pictures. So let's go Superman, search. And it allows me to download it directly from Figma. I don't have to go anywhere else and save the picture or screenshot it and then bring it back. Oh, that's cool. Well, anyways, let's stay focused. So I'll just pick this one, make that my background. Okay, so and to like mess with the picture, you go to image, I'll do crop so I can move the Superman more in focus. Okay, so basically to make the iOS 14 look, we have a frame that encompasses the music. So right there will be our music. Oh, we also have components. Let me steal a component from right here. Can I see? Okay, so just to make it more realistic, we have that right there. What song are we playing today, guys? What song is going to be on here? Give me suggestions in the chat for a song. Can round these corners a little bit. You know, design right. A lot of people like rounded corners now. I don't know if you guys notice on your everyday designs. If you look at your MacBook, the corners are rounded. A lot of windows aren't rounded. I don't know why, but rounded corners are just like very aesthetically pleasing. Let's do a 20. So in this box, you can change the color of the box. I can make it black. But I never really make anything pure black because that's a bad design choice because of accessibility. You don't ever want something to be just pure straight black. So like you get close but not pure black. So that's black enough. So here's my interactive component for the music. So what song do we have playing? Let me check the chat. Whatever song you guys like. Toxic Waste, All Star by Smash Mouth. All Star. I still love All Star. All Star by Smash Mouth. Okay, I have no clue who that is, but we're gonna go with All Star by Smash Mouth. Okay, so then text, I can change the color of my text right here. It's white. I can see the font. So All Star is the name of the song. I can make this bolder because that's how iPhones are. So let's say 24. Bold. All Star. Okay. And then you can take the same text, copy and paste it, bring it down, like Smash Mouth. And instead of changing the color of this, you just change the opacity because, like we say, we don't want to go pure anything. So, like, this can just be 50% opacity, and you think it's great, but it's literally just the opacity that changed. That way, my components are the same. If I ever want to change it, I can just change the opacity instead of changing colors back and forth. And also, I can change my font to make it smaller because artists' names are smaller and they're not bolded. So regular, All Star, Smash Mouth. Okay. And you can make another frame for the picture. Move this over. Let me know if you guys have any questions as we're moving forward. So you want to round these corners as well. Square. So let's go 90 by 90. Here. Go find a picture. Smash Mouth. I'll have to listen to this song later because a lot of people recommended it. But I'll copy image, come in here, paste it. Does that look accurate? Is that Smash Mouth? Okay. So then we also want like a little player thing. You know when there's like sound and stuff next to your thing. Okay. So you can create this individually, or you can go into Figma. Also has like a community with like different libraries of stuff. You can find cool icons there, like this top part, for example, for the Wi-Fi and the service. Like I didn't make that. I just found someone who already made it. Because there's no point to reinvent the wheel if you already have all the components. Okay, so now let's make the playing part. Ethan, you said what is that symbol? Are you talking about the little player thing? You know, like when there's sound, when you play music, it moves and stuff. Okay, so now we have to make like a little actual playing thing. So you can just come in here, make a little rectangle, make it the full length. Down, round those corners all the way, make it skinnier. And then change the opacity. Remember how we change opacity instead of changing colors? So it's still there, but just a low opacity. You copy, you paste that, you reduce the length, make it seem like. How long is this song? Can y'all tell me how long this song is? So I can. Okay, you center that. After you center, you can. I'm like, I love copying and pasting text. I don't like recreating text boxes. Oh, let's see how long is the song. Oh, 321. Y'all are on it. What do you guys mean by what's the melody? I don't get it. Then it'd be like 150, 2 minutes. Make this smaller. Okay. That's 2 minutes. So then if it's 2 minutes and the song is 321, that means only 1 minute and 21 seconds left. Oh, look at me doing quick math. Stop playing with me. So then negative 121 to go. And I think this should be white. Just so you can see 100%. Okay. So like I said before, like Figma has like a bunch of communities. So like right now I'm not gonna create play buttons, icons and things like that. So I'll come in here, go to this library and steal some stuff. I mean, they made it for us to use. I'm not actually stealing anything. And you guys can use this. Figma has like free stuff. Like a free like this is all my free account. I don't have to pay for anything. I create for fun. And it's really wholesome. Like my best advice to them would probably to like just find designs you like. For example, I love Apple, which is why I sit down, copy their designs, and as you like keep copying them, you get better at it because you know what good design is supposed to look like, and your eye gets better, and just things like that. And after this, I actually have a class that's all about design. We are working on Expedia right now. So I don't know if you guys know what Expedia is, but it's just for like flights and stuff. So that's what we're going to be working on, making flights more sustainable using design. It's really interesting. I love it. And I have a really good team. Yeah, design is quite collaborative. I guess I should have mentioned that. A lot of people who work on as designers have great communication skills, presentation skills, and just being able to articulate their ideas is really important. So there's a buttons. You need a play button. Is there enough space between them? Let's say it is. But you guys get the gist of it. Okay, so we're gonna fill this to white. Down. Let me make this a bit smaller. Okay. Nice. So basically, to make this happen, we're gonna have to create another screen that looks different. So this is what we have so far. What do you guys think of this home screen so far? Like this is what will happen when you unlock your iPhone. And now we have to have like the interactive island, right? So we're gonna copy this frame and paste it. So it's basically the same thing, but everything else is gone. So this. Um, I think this still is gone. Yeah, this, this, this. You're just gonna hide it. You're not even gonna do anything to it. You just hide, 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 hide. And then you make this smaller. Make this rounded all the way. 60. So now it's a circle. Bring this and this over to the center. It's right here. Make it smaller. Bring this to the top. Centered. Okay. Make it more rounded. There we go. Now it's an island. Put your little icon, music icon in there of what's playing. All Star, Smash Mouth. Do you guys have any questions so far? So basically, what I'm doing is I'm gonna have like a before and after screen, and to make that happen, I just have to change and like mask different elements. So here's my after screen. It's a lot more easier because it's basically just like 4 components in addition to the island. So then we have All Star by Smash Mouth. And in Figma, you're able to prototype things like right away. So right now I can make a prototype and it all work. So that's what we're gonna do. Let me just I'll move this up. Because you know the island is supposed to replace the notch, right? That's what makes it so cool. Instead of having a notch, you can mess around with this. Even though it kind of messes with accessibility, it's still a cool feature. Okay, so we have that there. And we have that here. And to make the interactivity part, we're gonna go to prototype over here. We have a little frame for our phone. That's what's gonna show. And I can create a flow by clicking on that. So then um, that's the starting point. That's no scrolling. We can add interactions. So from here to this screen, actually from this box, because we're only interacting with that box, right? The island. It's gonna take me here. And to make this happen, I want it on hover instead of tap. So mouse enter or while hovering. While hovering, you want the animation to happen, but not instantly. Smart animate. Smart animate. You can ease out or make it a custom spring. So like the custom spring basically just allows you to like mess around with your animations and what you want it to look like. This is really all about trial and error at this point. Like I have no magic number. It's whatever feels right. But let me see. Oh, thank you, Grant. Oh, where's the Q&A spot? Oh, I was only looking at the chat. Oh, that's Figma is a lot better than other apps because it encompasses a lot of the things you may want to do all in one place. So that's like super cool because like a lot of times you want to do something in Photoshop and you have to bring it into Adobe Illustrator and then mess around with it like in a wireframing app. Whereas in Figma, I can do wireframes, I can do prototyping, I can do some little photo editing, I can add images all in the same place, and it flows very well. Um, it's just on the internet. You can just type Figma. It's a free account. Kalen, there's no reason to use this software over Adobe product. Yes, it's a lot easier. In like I've been doing design for about 5 years now, and I feel the learning curve for Adobe is really, really stiff for me at least. But Figma, I picked it up so easily. Like everything is so intuitive. So if you give it a shot, I'll say it's better than Adobe. And Adobe actually acquired them because they know they're better than them. So what's a smart business move? Can't complain. So I'm designing the island simply for the purpose of this session. Um, Let me show you what the prototype looks like. So basically, if I did this correctly, it should work on hover. So it's loading. Oh, I have to change the. You can see it. I have to change the frame I'm sharing. Let's see. Um, um, how do I? Okay. I want to share a different screen. Okay. Are you guys ready? Can you guys see this? It's like an iPhone frame. Okay, cool. So basically, when I hover over it, it should so like this. You guys see that? That's the interaction. But we can bring this down. Let me bring this whole thing down. So basically, so like on hover, I just because with an iPhone 14, when you mess with it, it just reduces. Like that's basically what we did. We have like a before screen where like your All Star by Smash Mouth is showing. We have the play buttons and everything. And when you mess with it, it changes sizes, goes down all the way down, and it just shows you the icon and the text. So that's a small fraction of what you can do with Figma. And my job is UX design, basically. I'm a UX designer. I really enjoy doing it. So yeah, yeah. Let me tend to the questions in my Q&A. What's my favorite song? Right now is right now my favorite song is probably Honda Civic. It's just a super chill song, nothing too crazy. Jackie, what can this all be used for and why? This can be used for like a lot of the apps you use or the interactions you use, like say on your computer or on your on your phone, like every day. A lot of those interactions are designed first and foremost on on a software like Figma, so we can decide, okay, we like this interaction, let's make it real. So there's purpose behind design first before we release it to the public, for example. So like anything you utilize has design, and people use software like Figma to make that happen. So then so I know you're doing I'm doing this for this event. Yes, there's premium Figma. Yeah, allows you to even add videos to your prototypes and make it look more realistic and things like that. But personally, I don't think there's any reason you should buy premium when you don't need it. Because only always a chipmunk at my window. And only 3D printing. I'm not sure. I haven't seen anything done for 3D printing in Figma. The 3D printing software I've been using, it's like it's like CAD and stuff like that. Autodesk. So like, I don't think you can do any 3D printing with Figma software. To be a UX designer, entry level from my research is about 80K and upwards. So for design work, I think it's pretty good and it's something I enjoy. So it also depends on the state you're doing this in. Like in California, you could get like 120K starting salary, but in Indiana, you could get like around 75, 80K, depending on the company you go to. But one of my favorite companies is actually like 90K and upwards. So I think it's a pretty good career to follow if you're going for the money. How useful would you say Figma is for a web developer? I would say pretty useful because even as a web developer, you still have to design what your final experience has to look like, even though you're going to be coding it. So before you get to the coding part, take time to like sketch on paper and then move to like prototyping in Figma. So if you prototype in Figma, you know what your interaction is supposed to look like, you know what your picture is supposed to look like, and then from there you can just code and be okay with it. Um, no, Unsplash does not cost money. You can just go online, unsplash.com, and you'll be good to go. Interface design means anything you can see on a screen is an interface. So if you want to design that aspect, so let's say, for example, I'm imagining your Nextech Navigate screen has buttons for chat and buttons for Q&A, a little text box, a little video camera on the side that says reception or stage and sessions. So that's all interface. Like that's the interface of the page I'm on right now. And someone had to decide that I want the chat on this side. I want the text box, the icons on the left side. Like someone makes those decisions, and that's what interface design is. Me, I'm more of a UX interface, like user experience design. So like I'm more about the whole experience of you using this Nextech Navigate platform right now. Like what's your experience? Like someone designs that. Even though it's rather subtle, you don't see it as much as interface design. Um, where do you find this site or app? Just Google Figma.com and you can get started anytime. And like I said, copy good design. So any designs you enjoy, screenshot it, bring it to the Figma, and just start messing around with it and see what you enjoy. My day is going good. Thanks for asking. You can import images. Like the image of Superman I have in there is not, it's not my image. Like I imported that from Unsplash. So you can even do your regular images. So it's really just up to you. I also have this one. I had like 2 iterations because I had to make sure I knew how to do this if I came here. But yeah, Figma. I don't know. Can I show you guys anything else? You guys have any more questions? Let me go back to the chat. So what's this guy's job? I do UX design, so like I can design pretty much anything, web applications, apps. Um, Nothing too crazy.